As we come down on our back, the breathing shifts. If you can, big deep breaths in and out through your nose. Okay, and we're gonna move through the fingers and the toes a little bit here. And starting to connect. And let's take our thumbs across the palms. The fingers go over the thumbs as we circle into our wrists. And then slowly taking your legs up in the air to circle the ankles. You can bend your knees here if the hamstrings feel tight. Nice big bend in your knees. Okay, and you're moving in the same direction here. Trying to make the biggest circles you can, and now we'll change that direction. Okay, and then let's start this movement through the hips with the feet close together today. So we're gonna bring our feet together and then press them down into the mat. The knees are bent. And then we will move our legs from side to side, but it's kind of a small movement and it's a quick movement. So I've got my arms at my sides and I'm just dropping the thighs a little bit from side to side, feeling one hip lift and then the other hip lifts. And then we will do, let's do 10 more, nice and quick. Your count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now step your feet super wide apart. I'm gonna go right off the sides of my mat, dropping both thighs to one side and both thighs to the other side. Okay, this is a little slower, bigger range of motion. And really nice to open the arms and the shoulders in the 90-90 position at your sides. Really set your neck and tuck your chin in towards the floor. Okay, let's grab the knees, squeeze the legs into the stomach, okay, and then rocking on the lower back. And you can stay here with this, or we can take this big inhale, lift the head, and try to squeeze your knees towards your nose. So if that feels nice in your body, take a tighter squeeze here, and then put your head down. Now as I go to put my head down, I'm gonna reach for my block, and we're gonna get the block between the knees. If you don't have a block, you're just gonna have your legs up like mine, but you're gonna be pushing your knees together. So with this block and our knees are stacked over the hips and our shins are running parallel to the floor, I want your left hip to internally rotate and your left shin will kick out. And then you bring the left leg in and we do it on the right side. We're just gonna do 10 alternating. If you want, you can put your hands right at the sides of your hips so that you can feel what is happening as you internally rotate your hip. Keep alternating and keep a nice firm squeeze on the block. 5. And if there's no block, you're just firmly pressing your knees together. 7. We're going slow with each rep. 8. 9. And that is 10. Now we have 10 more, but I want your hands to come behind your head. You're gonna lightly support your head and then lift up into a crunch so your core is on. And now both my legs are gonna internally rotate. I kick out both shins and I bring it back. Give me 10 like this. Every time I open my shins, I press the knees into the block harder. 2, 3, this is our tempo. 4, keep breathing. 5, you're not cranking or pulling on your neck, I'm still looking up. 6, I'm just lightly supporting the weight of my head. 7, 8, 9, we got one more. 10, Okay, now remove the block just for a moment. Bring your feet down, give your hips a breather. We will take the block back to the knees for bridge. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna tuck both my shoulder blades underneath my back. And now let's drive the arms down and drive our hips up as we lift into this bridge. And because we have something between the knees, your feet should be pretty close together. I want you to squeeze the block a little bit harder, okay? And then get those hips up as high as you possibly can. Extend through your arms. Maybe close your eyes, really feel this through the whole back body, but also the inner thighs. And then let's just hold for about 10 seconds here. Lifting your hips, tucking your tail under, tightening the glutes, squeezing the inner thighs. That's challenging. We're done. Come on down. To sit up and over, you can rock and roll your spine or lie on your side. Listen to your back. We will be making our way to table. Okay. Swinging it around and starting with arching and rounding your back when you get here. So lining up your wrists under shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's inhale, look up. Big exhale, round the full back, tuck the tail, push through the shoulder blades. Move with your own breath here. Exhale, round. One more time, big arch, tailbone up. Big exhale, big round, feel the stomach muscles firm. Okay, and then bringing your spine into neutral. I'm gonna look straight ahead at first. My left arm's gonna open out and up at the side, and I'm just kind of noticing what kind of range of motion do I have with my arm coming out like this. And then my right arm is gonna do that. So let's do a few, we'll alternate sides, but we're looking forward, and we're really trying to keep the wrist in line with the shoulder. So my arm's not back here. And we're gonna do that again on the right. Nice. And now we're gonna try following with the gaze. So as I take my left arm out and up to the side, I'm gonna look at my thumb. And then as soon as you feel like you're stuck or your neck does not want to turn anymore, you're done. And we're alternating, but we are following with the gaze. And we're gonna see if every time we do this, we can open up a little bit more. So my inhale opens my arm, my wrist stays in line with my shoulder, and I'm looking at my thumb. And keep alternating and noticing if things feel different from one side to the other. Let's do one more on each side. One more on each side. Big breath in. I'm starting to feel like I can really rotate through my thoracic spine here. It's warming up. Nice. Okay, and then we're gonna come into a balance challenge on the mat. Our left leg will kick straight back and our right arm will kick straight forward. You're locking your gaze and you're holding. And if this is tricky, this is where you stay today. Big reach, nice and strong. If you want to, you're gonna bend the knee and you're gonna sweep the arm back and see if you can either touch the toe or grab the foot and squeeze the heel towards the bum. And then you extend back out and your right hand goes down. We shift weight to the right, we walk our left fingertips forward, and we try the left arm and the left leg reaching. And of course, if you wanted, you could bend a knee and you could reach back and see if there's connection or even a quad stretch. And then wherever you are with this, we extend and we all lower back down and then do it on the other side. The right leg kicks, the left arm reaches, you lock your gaze, breathe. Just as you find the balance, maybe you progress to bending and reaching. Noticing, can you touch the foot, grab the foot, get the heel to the bum. Nice breath, we extend back out. Now we try same side, so the left hand comes down and the right fingertips walk forward, and you start to play with this, both the arm and the leg on the same side of you. And if that's stable, we bend, we reach. Maybe grab, work heel to bum. Take a nice big breath. And extend it back and all the way down. And a child's pose from here, because that's a lot of work. So sitting, and then reaching the arms, and lowering the head, and then that big breath through your nose. Okay, and an option just to relax and breathe here. Maybe there's a lot going on in the ankles and the feet. If you want to work some more shoulder with me, I'm going to bend my right elbow and rest my forehead on my right hand. And then I'm going to make a fist with my left hand. And I'm going to see if I can pick up my left arm here, nice and straight through my wrist, and bring it back down. And I'm just going to do that a few times. So I'm going to try to bring the arm up, the left arm, nice and straight through my wrist, and not bend my elbow. And I'll try one more time. Holding it, controlling it, keeping it straight, lower down. And if that was fun, do it on the other side. So I'm going to rest my forehead now on my left hand. I'm going to make a fist with my right hand, and I'm going to see if this right arm can lift up, hold it, and put it down. We'll try two more. Big breath in, keeping your head down on your left hand. And exhale that arm down, and then one more time. Ooh, that's hard work. Okay, now we come up from here and get into side lying. We'll be on our right side. So my right hand and my right knee are in a line, and then my top leg, my left leg, is this straight line. I'm gonna take my left arm over my head, try to feel that all down the side of the body. And as I breathe in, I'm gonna lift the leg and lift the arm. So we're here. And then let's repeat that. Reach over your head for a big side stretch. Drop the leg and the arm. Nice big inhale, lift the leg and the arm. And then if we're being really picky with the leg lift, can the leg be back behind you a little bit, leading with your heels so you feel your glute? And let's just do two more. Reach over your head, stretch your ribs open. One more time, we lift, we hold, and you're gonna look down at this leg. Can you bend the knee and grab the foot? Maybe. We've warmed this up. Can you squeeze the heel to the bum and feel your thigh? And release it, come to the other side. Your left hand and your left knee will be on a line. And your right leg and your right arm are stretched out. Lift your hip as high as you can. Open your ribs, feel your waist. When you're ready, big inhale, sweep the arm and the leg up. Big exhale, side stretch. We're gonna do about 5, we're going slow. And we are doing what with our leg? We want our leg back behind us so we can feel the glute more. Point your big toe down to the floor. Lead with your heel. You have 2 more. What a beautiful stretch in the side of the body. And on this lift, you're holding it, and you're just seeing what happens if you bend your knee here and reach with your arm. And if possible, can the heel squeeze into the glute? Okay, and then we let it go. And we will come to either kneel or sit on the shins. So if you're able to be on the top of your feet and on your shins, we're here. And if that's a problem, this is beautiful, okay? And wherever you are here, we'll grip our hands and we'll give those wrists a little bit of a roll. And then just for some more rotator cuff and shoulder, turn your palms to face you, press your elbows together. Can you pull your thumbs apart? Can you do this action here? Keeping your wrists over your elbows, keeping your elbows in line with your shoulders, keeping your elbows together, pull apart. This one just doesn't get any easier. All right, and then a big shake it all around and get into down dog. So fingers, hands spread, hips lift. We're gonna pay attention to the feet now and the calves. You're gonna look through the feet and pedal this out. So you're moving around, taking weight along the outer edges of the feet, connecting to what's happening through the ankles, the Achilles tendon, and the calves. And we're going to step the big toes to touch. Drop both heels towards the floor at the same time. Lift the butt bones nice and high and feel that stretch right up into the hamstrings. And then we'll do the same thing, but we'll step wide. So I'm going to take my feet wide to the sides of the mat. Press both heels towards the floor. Lift the butt bones. Hold and breathe. We're going to soften our knees and walk the hands back to the feet, finding ragdoll at the back of the mat. Right away, you bend your knees and you put your belly on your thighs, and then you shake out your head and let the body sway here. And when we roll up, do it slow and keep your chin stuck to your chest as you get all the way tall. Okay, and then your neck is going to stretch here as you roll your head from side to side, and your shoulders drop down and your arms are dangling down nice and loose and heavy. Go from side to side here. Really relax the neck. Let's do that one more time on each side. Amazing. And then big circles for your shoulders as you walk to the top of the mat. All right, we are here at the top of the mat. Our ankles are underneath our hips. We'll wake up a little balance with a foot rock. So you'll go on your toes and then you'll go on your heels. You'll go on your toes and back onto your heels. And just keep moving that back and forth without locking your knees out straight. And then if we were going to be really picky in the foot, when you lift onto your heels, don't let your toes lift higher than your forefoot, if that makes sense. Because sometimes when there's no ankle mobility, it's just your toes that lift up. And I want the full foot to lift up. So you kind of got to look down and see what's happening there. And you got to use your arms to stabilize you. And it's tricky. All right, but now you're ready. You're going to stand on your right foot. So splay, activate muscles. Maybe you can see your arches lift up here a little bit. Soften the right knee and float your left leg out to the side of the body and reach the arms. Once you feel stable, can we start with a little bit of a straight leg raise here? And can the leg go back behind you a little bit? Just like when we were sideline. And can you connect to this muscle here, squeezing in your left glute? Okay, so we're moving. Our eyes are locked, we're breathing. You can stretch these arms out. And now I want you to land still in tree pose. Put your left foot to your right calf. And we're going to try to land that nice and still. Got it. And if you feel like you could take this up a level, what about crossing your left ankle over your right knee and squatting down into that single leg chair? Is that available or is that pushing it? So you decide. And now I'm trying to stretch this left hip here. I feel that hip opening. I feel that into my glute. And wherever you are, you slowly take that left foot back down. Beautiful. We give our right foot a kick and we go top of right foot and see if this is getting comfortable yet. Okay, hopefully it is. Maybe the foot needs to be behind you so there's not so much weight on it. Let's get comfortable with this position. And then shake that off and reset your neck and shoulders. Your left foot splays, your foot muscles pick up. We start to take that star pose, everything's open, the right leg lifts. I lead with my heel. Find stability, and then start to move the right leg up and down, and press the right leg back behind you more. And if it helps your body to put your right hand on your glute med, to feel that muscle, then put your right hand there. But keep your eyes locked. You got it. And every time you fall, just reset, shake it off. Mind over matter, you've got this. Try to keep muscles relaxed when you're balancing. Don't let them tense up. Okay, we're moving now to tree. So let's get still. We'll take the right foot to the left inner calf. And you will pause here. And our arms can be anywhere. Okay, but try to stay relaxed and you're not tensing up through your shoulders. Eyes are steady, breath is through the nose maybe. If we wanted to, we could make this more challenging and we could bring that right ankle over the left knee and start to squat down. Just an option. Don't do it if it's too much. If you went for it, can you feel your right hip opening? Sometimes like that, like little up and down action to deepen the stretch and ease out. Breathe. And then whatever position you're in, we're coming out and we're going to pay attention to the left foot. We're going to shake it out first. Shake it out and top of foot. Nice work. Top of foot in front of you, behind you, underneath you. Try all the spots. Okay, nice. And then big toes are coming to touch. You're standing in the mountain. We'll interlace our hands and try to flip out the palms. So press your palms forward and then a big reach up overhead. Nice, and opening the ribs a little bit. Good, and then a nice forward fold. So soften your knees as you come over. Notice where the hands land and fold, and then step straight back to plank. We're gonna hold strong from the hands for a moment. If you're okay to do that, let's tighten up the core. Imagine that your hip bone's just tucked to the bottom of the rib cage. You can stay like this and breathe, or you can float your left leg. And as you exhale, try to drive the right knee forward and hold it. It might land here, or maybe you can hike this left knee in and try to touch the back of the left arm. Shoot it back. We'll do the same on the right side. So you're gonna lift first, tighten the glute. I'm gonna exhale, drive my knee forward, decide where I'm gonna stop with it, and then decide if I'm gonna try to touch my right arm, hold it to the right arm, and take it back. Okay, lower down, knees, chest, chin, we drop. We stack the hands, rest the head, and take a nice breather here, starting to bend your knees and sway your shins around. Nice big breath. Okay, and then back long in the legs, so let's go straight legs, tops of the feet push down. Let's keep our head resting on our right hand and then shoot this left arm out in front of us and make a fist. My knuckles are pointing up to the ceiling. I'm gonna lift this left arm and put it back down. We're gonna do 3. Just like we did in child's pose earlier, let's do it again here. Okay, once you've done 3 controlled strong lifts, we switch. Now I rest on my left hand, extend my right, make a fist. Try not to cock the wrist or bend the elbow. Bring that arm up and down 3 times, holding for a few seconds each rep. That is so good for your shoulders. Okay, now slide your hands along your sides. We'll get into our cobra position. When you're ready, you'll breathe in and you'll lift your chest. This can be very tiny or big. Listen to your back. Let's do 5. Exhale down and inhale up. And don't overdo it. And just enough to open up through your chest and actively pull your shoulder blades away from your ears. I always keep my hip bones connected. Cobra feels best for me that way. Listen to your body. And then we will peel ourselves off the mat and bring ourselves to our downward dogs. Hips up, heels down, take a pause here. And then let's start thinking about warrior one pose. So as I look through my feet, I'm gonna float that right leg as high as I can. Take a big inhale. And then get ready because we're gonna step the foot through the hands. Take your time. Back knee can come down if you need to. My back foot's turning on a 45 and my chest is coming up. Giving everyone time here. I want right foot forward and both hip bones pointing forward. You sink in and you drive back out. Dip in and out a few times. Make sure that you feel your left hip flexor stretching. Left leg is straight. We're gonna hold ourselves here. Take an inhale with the left arm, bring it up. Take an exhale down. Okay, when your left arm comes up, do you feel that things stretch deeper right into this left hip flexor? And we're gonna do that one more time. I want you to squeeze your left glute more and put the weight on the outer edge of the left foot. We're gonna hold this arm up here. We're gonna bend the elbow. And then can you grab your left elbow and pull your whole body over to the right? Yeah, you get this big side bend here. Beautiful. And as you come up tall, you open yourself to triangle, so your left foot and hip kicked open. But the right foot didn't move, the right foot's straight. And then if you bend to warrior two, your right knee is gonna stack over the ankle. Yep, and you're gonna come in and out a few times because I want you to wiggle wider as you come in and out of warrior two. Still being able to see your front ankle. You got it, and when you're as wide as you can possibly go, change this to side angle. So put your right elbow on your knee and then take that left arm to the ceiling. And if you were gonna stretch deeper here, maybe your right hand would come down inside your right foot and maybe your left arm would travel over the top of your head. So you get this big long line. And now both of our hands are coming to the ground for lizard. So you roll onto the ball of the back foot, you wiggle the right foot wide, and you turn those right toes out, and you just take a pause and lizard here. You got it. And in my lizard, I always have my hands inside the foot now. So I'm inside the right foot, and it's turned out on an angle. This left hip is very stretched, very stretched. And then from here, we're just gonna slowly pull the weight back and drag our right foot back with us. You got it. With your knees together, do your hip swing and press your hips from side to side. Let's do all that on the other side. So come to downward dog. Lift the hips, draw your heels down, look through your feet. Your left leg will sweep to the sky. Let's get ready for this. Reach as high as you can and then step through to warrior one. Take your time. Back foot flat on 45, chest up. Hands on hip bones, turn them forward, sink in and out. Got it. Give your body time to figure this position out. Hip bones point forward, back leg is straight, left knee is bending. We're gonna sink in and hold, and your right arm, is gonna sweep up, breathe in. Feel that as a deeper stretch into the right hip flexor. Bring it down. 2 more times. Big inhale, send it up straight. Big exhale. Keep the outer edge of the right foot connected to the floor. We're gonna hold here. We're gonna bend the elbow. I'm gonna grab it with my left hand and pull my whole body over to the left. Beautiful. Hold and breathe. You come up tall, straighten your front leg, change the back foot and hip, but don't change that left foot. We find ourselves in that triangle position, but you're gonna start to work your warrior two position. So bend your front knee, straighten back out, wiggle wider. When you look down, you can see your arch because your left knee is driving open and outward. But you're easing your way down into the stretchiest warrior two you possibly can. Good. And then when we're happy with that distance, we change it to side angle, put your elbow in your thigh, take your top arm to the sky. Option to stay right here or reach deeper. I'm gonna take my left hand down to the floor and I'm gonna take my top arm over my head. My whole back just cracked. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, lizards. Lizards. Rolling onto the ball of the back foot. Taking this left leg wide and angled out, knee and toe tracking. And then just pausing here and breathing. Whenever my back cracks and I'm filming, it shows up on the video really loud. But it's a crack, I promise. That was a back crack, just to be clear. Okay, now from this stretched out lizard, pull your left foot back, find yourself in table. Nice, and then make your way down onto your elbows for plank. And this plank can be from our knees or our toes. Okay, and you don't have to lift the leg at all. You can stay like this, maybe look a little forward. Make sure the abs are tight. If you want to challenge yourself more, let's float our left leg, drive the left knee forward. See if we can touch the back of that left arm maybe. Ooh. Send it back. Lift the right leg, squeeze. Exhale, drive the right knee forward, stop where you need to. And if you want to go for it, really engage and try to squeeze the right knee to the right arm and send it back. And then drop your hips. Oh my goodness, that's hard. Okay, the right arm's going like this. Huge stretch, palm down, armpit down, straight forward, and we get into side line. And this is more leg raising. Third time now. Your top leg, your left leg, will begin to come up and down. And where's it gonna go? It's gonna go back behind your body with your big toe touching the floor at the bottom and your heel highest at the top. Sometimes I look around a class and people are going like this with their leg. I don't want the leg there because you're not gonna feel your glute med. I want your left hand on your left hip here, top of the glute, feel the muscle, keep the leg lift small. Try to keep your bottom hand and armpit connected to the floor. You can stay here or you can bend the knee now and we can grab that foot and take one more stretch in our thigh. Big, big breath there. Okay, and whatever you're doing, you're releasing, and we're all rolling to the belly and doing that on the other side. And this position starts with a huge reach now in our left arm. Palm down, armpit down. Side lying. I like my hand on the hip here to connect to this sleepy muscle. We begin the top leg raising, and is the leg behind your body? Does your big toe touch the floor, and does your heel lead the way? Continue here. Close your eyes and breathe through your nose, and don't lift that right leg too high. And we can continue here, or we can bend our knee and go for the foot and see if we can stretch the thigh. Let's not lose the left hand on the floor. It's flat down, hopefully. Okay, and we'll let that go, and we'll roll back onto the stomach. Nice work. Our fists are gonna come into our low back now, and we'll try to rest the chin on the ground. I'm just gonna pick my elbows up and down, so I'll try to drop my elbows to the ground and then lift them up. And we'll pump this a few times in our shoulders to open the chest. And as my elbows drop down, I'm still keeping my knuckles touching in the lower back here. Okay, and then let's see, can you interlace your fingers here? Try to press your palms together and then try to straighten your arms. And maybe straighten your arms and lift them up off the back. We're gonna lift into full low back extension. So the chest comes up and the legs come up. And if holding at the hands is just impossible, then be here. So be in this big, beautiful locust, okay? And if the fingers are okay, and we're extending straight arms and lifting, beautiful, we will tuck in our chins a little bit. Get nice and long in the back of the neck. Take another big breath, and then squeeze every muscle you own on the back of the body. Everything, the shoulder blades together, the triceps, the glutes, and breathe. You can do this, and when you feel like you can no longer do this, you come back down. And you just take a nice relaxing moment on your tummy. Maybe bend the knees and sway those shins again. And then when you're ready, we'll drag the hands along our sides. And we're gonna push back to child's pose. Nice work. As we push back to child's pose, let the back round and just relax here for a moment. Okay, and then let's swing ourselves around to sit. Nice work. And as we swing ourselves around to sit, we'll pay attention to ankle mobility. So we'll do the one foot pulling back and then one foot pointing down. And you want this to be the biggest range of motion. So hold that. I got my right foot in dorsiflexion and I got my left ankle in plantar flexion. Okay, and now switch it. And so you're up tall, maybe you need support. I want you to kind of hold these positions, so we're going slowly in the beginning. And with your plantar flexion, the toes pointing down, you should be connecting to muscles in your foot, and if you get a cramp, you did it right, you did the right thing. You woke up some muscles that aren't used to being fired and they freaked out a little bit. So don't let that deter you from trying again. Your body will relax with this. Okay, and now this tempo that's very slow, can you go this quickly with it? I want to see this tempo. As fast and as strong as you can, and let's just do 10 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and all toes to the sky, and then shoot up through your arms. Okay, fire up through your core. You can stay reaching like this if this is hard in your body, or you could go for the opposite elbow hold where we try to pull the upper arms back and get the chin up. Your abs pull right into your spine as you come into your forward fold. And wherever your hands land, great. Let's soften through the back. Let's hang the head. If your hands touch your feet, I like taking one foot and helping it down and pulling the other foot back. And if that worked in your body, you'll just switch now. I'm gonna pull the other one back and I'm gonna help the other one down. Okay, and then we're gonna sit ourselves up from here and we're gonna take our left leg way far off the side of the mat and get this right foot into the inner thigh. And this is where we will take our twist today. So make sure that you're up nice and tall and you're noticing if this right knee can press down. That might feel like a nice stretch in your body, just sitting up tall. And then with your ears over shoulders, our chins are in, we'll start to twist over the right shoulder. So we're gonna look back over the right shoulder. My left hand's holding my right knee as I twist through the rib cage and then turn the head and look back over the right shoulder. And close down your eyes and just take some big deep breaths here. And we can stay in the twist. If you want to take a back bend here, we'll push the right hand into the floor and then take your knee and your heel and drive them into the ground and see if you can lift up your hips and then sweep back through your left arm. So you're getting this big back bend action. It just feels really nice sometimes. And then we're gonna bring it down. Good, and then we'll switch sides. Kicking out the right,
pulling that left foot right into the inner thigh, taking the hands behind you first to see if you can sit tall. Press your left knee into the ground. Good, get your ears over your shoulders, and now we will start to twist to the left. Your right hand holds your left knee. You're sitting tall, and you're turning your head. And close your eyes, and just relax and breathe. That's such a nice stretch. And then if you want to, the left hand pushes into the ground. I like my fingers pointing backwards. Your knee and your heel start to drive into the ground. Your glutes squeeze, those strong glutes squeeze. And then you lift up your chest, your hips, your arm reaches behind you. Take that big dramatic pose. I love it. And then take it down. Awesome. Okay, and then as soon as we come down from here, we're gonna take the soles of our feet together. And we'll go diamond shaped legs. Okay, so my heels are not close. I'm gonna hold on to the knees and first breathe in here. And then round the back, coming into tortoise or turtle position here, where we're rounding the back, hugging in the abs and reaching down towards the feet, as though your head is gonna drop right down onto your arches. And you are allowing the back to round out like a turtle shell. And if there's any pain with that, maybe if you feel pain, you can keep your back long and straight. If it feels nice, just keep the abs pulled in and support that rounded back position and breathe. Okay, and then we're going to take this position and lie down with it. So I'll keep the soles of my feet together as I make my way down onto the floor, making sure the mat is behind your head as you come down. And then we will stay here in our bound angle, and we'll bring our arms back to goal post and just notice how they feel here. You're going to tuck in your chin. If your shoulders feel like they need movement and you want to rotate, then we can take our fingers and our forearms to point up to the sky, and then we can rotate back down. So if you need to move this, please do a few times. And then I want you to try the opposite position in the hip. We're gonna look at our internal hip rotation here. So your knees will come together and then your feet will come wide off the side of the mat. We're gonna roll onto the inside edge of each foot and we're gonna dip the knees inward. Okay, and then just gently either choosing to hold this position, or for some people they wanna rock and move with it. I like to, it feels like my knees are happier if I can dip one knee in and then dip the other knee in. So I just like a little micro move with this stretch. Okay, and then you're gonna take your long line. So kick those legs out straight and now send your arms straight over your head and tuck your chin to your chest. And see if the whole body can push into the ground. Tuck the ribs, tuck the chin, point the toes, press the arms. Amazing work today, everyone. Nice big breath, and then slowly as you bend your knees, you're gonna cross your right ankle over your left knee for figure four. If this is tight, stay here, and if you want to squeeze in, you'll grab the back of the left thigh or the top of the shin. Take that nice big breath here and hold. Always the option to rock in a figure four. And always the option to take a big full inhale, and as you exhale, lift your head and maybe squeeze in closer to your right foot. Okay, and then as I come down from there, I'm now going to switch and cross your left ankle over your right knee. Maybe stay here, or maybe hold back here.
whatever position you choose. If you're gonna do a little rock with it, let's do that. Let's move. Nice big breath through the nose. And if you want a tighter squeeze before we come out of this position, let's prepare for that. You're gonna inhale your biggest breath in. And as you exhale, you're gonna lift your head and big exhale, squeeze your foot towards your face. Amazing. And then as you come back down, let's just grab both knees. I'm gonna squeeze both legs into the body, and then I'm gonna move to happy baby. If happy baby feels nice in your body, go for it. And if it doesn't, if there's anything else you prefer to take at the end of your practice, here's where you add on maybe. I hope you feel loosey-goosey all over, but also strong, because we did a lot of strength work today. Whenever you feel ready to land where we started 45 minutes ago, we will go there. We'll give our bodies just a minute or two to fill up with oxygen, to fully relax and soften, to just breathe, to just be. And to notice any subtle changes from when you started to where you are now. And this might be the only time you have all day to just give yourself a minute. So let's enjoy it. Be here, be present, fill up your lungs. And let go of tension.